Woman Spears, for sure.
Excuse me. Did you There's free water upstairs.
I hear.
Test one, two, test one, two, test one, two, test one. Test one, two, test one, two, test one, two. Can you guys hear me up in YouTube land? Yes, I see the levels. Let's take that again. Good evening, I am Honky and welcome to my world. It's a cornucopia of stuff. I hope you all test good. Thank you, Naris21. I'm not gonna even get into it. Let me lower this box right here. I'm not gonna even get into it. Y'all already know what the deal is. If you have stumbled upon my channel, I am Juanqui and welcome to my world. I'm a cornucopia of stuff. I have been going live consistently since December 1st, 2025, reading these stories from the internet. People asking for unsolicited advice, and I am here to give it. Yes. I got a brownie up in the oven because I'm making my infamous, it's very infamous, brownie, whipped cream, strawberries, and my brownie has, I put chocolate chips in there and some pecans up in there. So Incredible Hulk, the timer says 10 minutes. I will let you know when it's ready in 10 minutes. Okay, let's get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. I have one, potentially two posts to read to you guys. They're all about love, okay? Since we're almost getting there. Let's start with, I think I might want a divorce. Drop a bomb on the divorce. I already know this is gonna get us irritated, but here we go. It's entitled, I think I might want a divorce. So, I, 22, female, am married to 22, male. What is wrong with you? Drop a bomb on that. That is nasty business. A 22-year-old married to a 22-year-old. Oh, let's continue. We have 2 kids. What are they, Mormons? We have 2 kids together, one of which I just gave birth to 4 weeks ago. So she might be postpartum depression. What is it? Postpartum pattern, Peter Potter, Pecker, Picker, postpartum pattern. Postpartum depression. She might have postpartum depression. I just gave birth to let's start one more time. I don't know what that was, but let's start one more time. So I, 22, a female. I'm married to 22, male. We have 2 kids together, one of which I just gave birth to 4 weeks ago. My husband is very immature for his age. Drop a fucking bomb on that girl. Usually I read the whole thing and then I give my feedback, but this is intense. He is 22 years old, ma'am. Child. What makes you think he's supposed to? He spends a lot of time thinking about cars, video games, and money. But this is who you chose to open your legs to. Close your legs to married men. This is who you chose to open to spread them ego on the floor and intake his semen. That's what you did. Okay? He spends a lot of time thinking about cars, video games, and money. I've been feeling like he's been keeping something from me. So tonight, I got a little drunk and I went through his phone. Girl, 22 years old. I found out that while I was in labor, when he wasn't at the hospital with me, because I am just reading how this lady wrote this shit, okay? So if it sounds crazy, that's how she wrote it. Let's backtrack. I've been feeling like he's been keeping something from me, so I got a little drunk and went through his phone. I found out that while I was in labor, when he wasn't at the hospital with me because he, quote, had to deal with shit, end of quote, spent a ton of money on video games. Also, last week our daughter needed formula and he got Subway. Subway. I feel like this has been going on for a while. Excuse me. For a while. I'm a some job. I am a SAHM. I don't know what that is. Job. We have been living at his mom's house since September. Drop a bomb on that. Drop a bomb on that. Mom taking care of the son, the grandchild, and the daughter-in-law. Okay? We have not made any forward movement to get back on our feet. I don't know if any of this post makes sense. Girl, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. And they're all going to laugh at you. They're all going to laugh at you. I don't know if any of this post makes sense. I'm still a little drunk. Bitch. And you are breastfeeding? I guess I'm typing to see what I should do. He thinks that our relationship is just fine, and I felt off for a while. I feel like I might be girl, your drunkenness. Let's hope that it's because you're drunk that you're writing this way. Let me go again, because then it makes me feel like I'm the one who's slow. I feel like I might be being financially abused though. How do I know? Question mark. And then she has an update. Oh, she has an update. Update. Thank you to everyone who's had advice. For one, I would like to make it clear my children were okay, taken care of, and one, being in bed. Two, I'm not breastfeeding. Oh, okay. At least she covered that. Drop a bomb on that. 3, it was one night, for God's sake. Shut the fuck up, please. Oh, now she's telling us to shut up. You come out here sounding like a fucking immature 20. You talking about him being immature, bitch? Look at you. Getting drunk while breastfeeding or producing the milk. You just had a baby 4 weeks ago. The fuck you doing getting drunk at this point? And instead of taking care of the child, you're here typing. 3, it was one night, for God's sake, shut the fuck up, please. We both sat down and read everyone's comments together, and I think we are going to take the day to go on a date and talk things through. We'll update. I'm dying to see what other people said. I am dying to see what other people said. Let's see. J Funk 505 says, sounds like both of you need to get your shit together. Y'all made 2 children together and you're living with your parents. Who's making money? Somebody else says, how is she being financially abused if she is a sham living with her husband's parents? What is a SAHM? I don't know what that is. Sounds like drunk talk to me. Of course, she is immature. Of course he's immature. He's 22. They are both immature. Quite frankly, too young to be having children. But here they are. The best practical advice is to sober up. I will throw a bitch in there. Sober up, bitch. Then talk to your husband about what's bothering her. All right, somebody else says, wow, she's so rude though. Editing her post to tell people to shut the fuck up. She made the post asking for help. People responded, and this is what she comes back with. Drop a bomb on that. Somebody says, as a child of drunk and absent parents like this, most people don't notice until you're a teen and your behavior is really off. But by that point, you're just used to taking care of yourself, so you stay in the home and tell people who are concerned that everything's normal for the fear of winding up somewhere worse. Let's see. Somebody puts, this is somebody's comment, she had the baby 4 weeks ago, in caps, and she's drunk. Somebody comes back and says, and she's drunk. Last one, and then I'm going to give my wonky thoughts and my wonky views on the situation. Yeah, they're both acting like children. It's just one having superiority complex. Both are jobless and one is complaining. The heck is a stay-at-home mom? Oh, that's what SHM is, the heck is a stay-at-home mom at his parents' house? Subway instead of formula. She's drunk and she has kids. All I see is two kids who weren't ready but decided to have children together. I just want to know the thought process behind this project. Ciao. Lemony. By the way, New York City is still under a blanket of snow. It has been consistently snowing. It takes a break for like 30 minutes and then it comes back. It's not hard, long and uncut, but it is accumulating. So that's what we're dealing with. We had to dig the cars out, the side, all of that. So, and it's a little chilly. So I made us some ginger root tea with a stick of cinnamon, a little bit of honey, and half a lemon. Okay, I call that the bomb. All right, so that's gonna hopefully keep us protected from the common cold. Anyway, this child who's complaining about her husband child at 22, girl, they're here. They are here. You had one already, and as if that wasn't hard enough, you went ahead. Yeah, sent the snow down to DC. Oh, drop a bomb on that. I'm sorry, Miss View. And it's still going. But on a better note, Miss View, Tuesday was going to be 9 degrees. So now it's warming up. It's only going to be 20 now. So, knocked up by a child. And then comes out here to complain that her child husband likes money, cars, and video games. Okay, money, cars, and video games. Hello, AR Stringer. Oh, I need to try that one. Cinnamon, ginger, and lemon. Yes. Just raw doggy or everything right there in the pot. Let it boil. The cinnamon, obviously. Not the cinnamon, the honey. A little bit of honey to, if it's organic, even better, to sweeten it. It gives me energy, too. It, like, makes me, like, wake up and stuff. And it's a good diuretic. It makes me pee, too. So if you need to release some water. Kids having kids. What did you expect, girl? You better toughen up. I feel sorry for the children. Incredible Hulk, the timer is going up. Incredible Hulk, please go check the brownie. Incredible Hulk, please poke it with the thing. I did the chewy one, so it's gonna be a little bit coming off, but. Go, please. And then could you come back and let me know that you did it? Because if not in 5 minutes, I have to like run downstairs because you clearly were not listening. But will you, Incredible Hulk, have you gotten my message? I love them with no. Oh, yes, I did pecan. It's a pecan. It's not almonds. Yeah, it's pecan. I took some pecans and I shredded them with my hands because I buy the bag. And look, I'm watering already, Miss View. So I shredded them. So it's the mix. I had like chocolate chips in there too. So it's going to be extra chocolatey. And I put some pecans in there with my hands. I just break them up like that. And and then what I do is, Miss View, I like to cut it when it's still nice and warm. And I put a serving of whipped cream. And then I cut some nice strawberries, sliced them up, and laid it up in the side like that. And then I might even take some blueberries, depending. I think I'm just going to do the strawberries tonight. And then I have some hot fudge, and I just sprinkle on top like that. My God. What are you going to drink with them? I want some almond milk, please. Yes. Incredible Hulk, did you get my message? Have you gotten my message, Incredible Hulk? We are waiting here because I gave it an extra. Will you please go on the contraption and tell me that you got the message? Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. It's just so, I just don't understand. I give perfect instructions and I hear nothing. I am calling the line. I'm calling the line. could you please, one more time, hold, ladies and gentlemen. Our life, did you follow the instructions?
Yes, you have to let me do it. I'm trying to figure out how to turn off the stove now.
You hit the off button. The
Okay.
off button on the top?
Yeah, it's done. Yeah, I got you.
Hit the off button.
It's done.
Did the did the number that says 3325 go off?
Yes.
Okay, I need you to take the mittens and take the
Really? Really?
put them. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
Drop a bomb on that. You know, behind every strong black man is a Puerto Rican and Dominican. Okay? I'm just saying. You have to let me. By the time you get, because I let you, it's going to be burnt. I gave it an extra time, Ms. View. I gave it extra time because I accounted for the oven to be cold. You know? Let's see. Ms. View says, woo, I will have to say something about the mitten coming to Hulk. Well, you know, I take care of the whole thing. See, I take care of the thing, Miss View. I take care of the thing. I set the whole situation. That's what I do, okay? Okay? Hulk needs to be handheld by me. Only me at times. And that's okay. He wants me to handhold him. That's fine. Okay? Anyway, children having children at 22 years old. I feel most sad about the children. They're the ones who are going to suffer. They're the ones who potentially are going to school dirty, with hair undone. You know, like they're the ones who have to see mommy, daddy passed out drunk. They're the ones who are seeing a home that's being supported by grandma and not mom and dad. I don't understand why she's a stay-at-home mom. At 22 years old, she says, "Lady, ma'am, you don't get to stay at home at 22 years old. You don't get to be a stay-at-home mom at 22 years old. I highly doubt that your husband is a typhoon or oil typhoon at 22 years old, or a trust fund baby that requires neither one of you to work or get an education. Drop a bomb on that." Ooh, I bet you she's non-melanated. It's only non-melanated that think like this. And that's what I like to believe. Ms. View says, no, that is too young to be staying at home. Absolutely. My mother, Ms. View, had me when she was 14. Drop a bomb on that. Drop a bomb on the 14-year-old having a child. No business. No business doing it. And then she had her other one at like 22. Drop a bomb on that. But I tell you this much, which was one time, Miss View, my mom, I was hanging out with my mom. She came to pick me up at my apartment when I lived in Harlem, right? And we were going to go to dinner, so she came to pick me up. And we drove, Miss View, by the neighborhood. Mind you, this is a neighborhood that I have moved in, right? My mom had my sister at 16. There's a point to the story, right? But let's take a diversion. So my mom, we're driving around and she's pointing out, you know, it's in 125th Street by like the west side where the elevator is, right? There used to be a McDonald's. It's not probably still there, a McDonald's there, right? And she said to me, she was like just reminiscing because I didn't even know that she used to hang out in Harlem, my mama. I always thought she was like from Washington Heights, right? That's where we lived. And like upper, like Dykeman, all the way up there. Almost to South Bronx. But I have moved to Washington Heights, you know, decades later or whatever, to Harlem decades later, right? So she was picking me up, right? And she showed me the McDonald's and she said, you know, and I've been to that McDonald's. She said that's the McDonald's that after she had me at 14, she was able to get herself a fake ID and fake working papers, and she was going to school during the day, and after she got out of school, going and working at that McDonald's. Yeah, I had no idea. She was working at that McDonald's with fake ID. the fake ID and the papers and the thing, or I think she knew the guy or whatever, and she worked there. She started as a cashier, and she worked all the way to being a store manager. And then Miss View, in the same conversation, then across the street, it was a nightclub called El Morocco. El Morocco. That used to be like big in the 70s and 80s and 90s. I had gone there because by the time El Morocco came down to the gays, where they allow us to have like 1 or 2 nights a month there, it was completely different. It was still the same place and all that. But she was like, and that used to be a club called, and I was like, El Morocco. And she's like, yeah, I used to go and dance there. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh my God, if you knew the type of dancing I did there, and the many nights of like drunken behavior and drag queens coming down the runway. And oh, I cannot believe my mom and I hung out in the same clubs. She hung out during her straight year. Well, she's always been straight, but during the straight years, and I hung out there during the gay years. Drop a bomb on that. Crazy. Miss View says that is some work ethic right there. Yes, and that's the thing. A 22 years old girl with 2 children, y'all should be thinking like how soon can you start and complete the degrees that you need? Okay, how soon can you get the trade job that he needs to do, the training, be an electrician, be a plumber, be things that, are or unionized jobs that can secure a future for you and the children, healthcare, insurance, all of that. But no, instead you're out here, ma'am, you're out here wanting to get feedback from strangers and then getting your titties and your emotions and your feelings when they're telling you the truth. God. Today I got a double feature presentation for you guys. I have another one that I'm going to do real quick, and then I'm going to run because I have to cut up Hulk's little thingamajig. All right. This one, I don't know how this one's going to be. This is a long one, but I just want to read it. It says, sharing my experiences in love and life. And it's a mature conversation. I don't know that this is asking advice or more than just a rant. I really enjoy reading these, Miss View, because, these are all local from here, from New York City. These are all local. And so, I don't know. It gives me an insight and a view to like my fellow New Yorkers, the people that I used to ride the trains with, because I don't get on the trains anymore. Drop a bomb on that. Thank you, Hulk. I love you, baby. Love you. Okay. And if I don't want to drive, Hulk drives me and waits for me until I take care of whatever I need to take care of. Okay. Get you a Hulk, ladies and gentlemen. Get you one. All right. It says, sharing my experiences in love and life, mature discussion. I've been a serial dater for over 20 years. I've never had a shortage of dudes to date, but I found myself in endless cycles of being disappointed time and time again. By way of about 6 years of therapy, I've realized that I've been focused on physical attraction and not someone I can be friends with. I've never had trouble making friends, but developed a rule a long time ago to cut off any romantic attraction once we became friends. I've always longed for the male camaraderie that I've got from my 3 brothers growing up. So my male friendships meant more to me than any romantic ones. Well, I mean, and now you're complaining about not having any romance in your life. Drop a bomb on that. I see what this post is going to be about. Now, I'm seriously dating a friend that I've known for 20 years, and it's the most refreshing romantic connection I ever had. I know I can trust him because I know his values. I can see myself spending the rest of my life with him. I also feel guilty for limiting myself for so long. Therapy has been so necessary to break these norms that we all carry that mean nothing when you're alone and lonely. What I want to ultimately share is that human beings are complex individuals. Gee. I mean, he's really going to do it if he tells us the meaning of life, right? I shouldn't be that mean, but let's continue. What I want to ultimately share is that human beings are complex individuals, and we need to deal with each individual separately and not subject them to what you've been traumatized by in the past. The present is not the past for the future. What? The present is not the past or the future. Stay in the now and allow people to reveal themselves for who they are. Dr. Maya Angelou says, child, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. I am Dr. Maya Angelou. Woo! Get her out. Maya out. Okay. Stay in the now and allow people to reveal themselves for who they are. And when they show you, believe them wholeheartedly. I wish you all the best because we all deserve to be free and happy, and wish me luck in continuing to sabotage my own well-being. Drop a bomb on that. Let me tell you something. Sometimes I just pull them. I don't dissect. I want to have a natural reaction. The only thing I would say is, I guess everybody needs an outlet, right? Clearly they're in therapy, so they're, maybe their meds have been calibrated, Miss View. But what I got from this part over here, I'm sorry. I'm not, when I was like dating and stuff like that, I wasn't going to date somebody who was a friend. Drop a bomb on that. I really find that hard to digest. Like, I find that hard to digest. I see something wrong with you knowing somebody for 20 years and then you start dating them. I don't know. That's just me. It doesn't mean that it's right. Doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just seems a little weird, because then to me it says when you were in this friendship, you always had alternative motives type of thing. Aside from the fact that I think that it's part of the fun to get to know somebody, meet somebody, get to know them, discover things about them, and then slowly learn them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I'm not too crazy about people who we were friends before we dated. To me, that's a little weird. Drop a bomb on that. Again, I'm not a matchmaker. I'm not out in the market for dating. I just ran my shit differently when I was out dating. I would have never dated somebody who's a close friend, an associate, somebody in my network. I wouldn't want to do that. Not just because, and then if it goes wrong, then you lose the friendship. No, fuck that. If it goes wrong, it went wrong. But I just feel like if you had this type of friendship or relationship where it wasn't that, to take it to the next step, it was kind of weird. It's kind of weird to me. If you have a friend you've known for 20 years and now all of a sudden y'all going to see ejaculating faces and shit, like, it's just weird to me, Ms. View. I don't want to do it. I wouldn't have wanted doing it. Like, I don't suggest anybody do it. It's like, oh, no, that's the best type of love. No, the best type of love is the love that took time to cultivate, that you guys came into the same understanding, not one person in the dark and the other one is making weird moves, and maybe you're dating but the other one still has their eye on you, but every time that person is coming to you with their issues and problems with their current relationship, you're right there to give them an ear and give them advice. No, it's weird. It's complicated. I don't suggest it to anybody. I think people should just go out, meet people, whether it's through the apps, in person, through events or whatever, and take your time to develop the relationship. Come in the same playing field, not knowing so much of each other and slowly learning. I think that's the best type of love. Drop a bomb on that. That's just my opinion based on what I've seen, what I've experienced. I just think it's weird. I think so. All this time you've been peeping. You've been wanting to see if I was going to X, Y, and Z. Or whenever you saw me down about a breakup, internally you were happy because you thought you were going to go in and scoop it up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird. It's just weird. And this post, let him vent. He just came out of therapy. I guess he feels inspired. But no, sir. 20 years, no. With that said, how much have I given you? 31 minutes and 13 seconds. Thank you for coming through. I want to thank everybody who popped their head in and heard me jack. I come out here and I jack every single night. Drop a bomb on that. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's long, sometimes it's intense, sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's sad, but it's always entertaining. Thank you, Miss View. Thank you, Incredible Hulk, for pulling out the brownies on time. Thank you, A.R. Stringer. A.R. Stringer, did you hear Saks Fifth Avenue? It's closing down. They're having sales. Now it's 21. Go on the internet. Try to get you something. You can't return anything anymore, but they are slashing prices. Go and check them out. And the helicopters that have been here, the people that are gonna come drop down later to see if we were talking about them. They're watching Miss View. They're watching me. Watch Miss View. Watch me. Watch her. Watching everybody, trying to see who's gonna say what. Well, but what they meant was, if you subtract and add and divisible by this, and then you think and you take that line and you move it around and you remove the the and you put a subject, but you take the predicate out and you put a verb. The video was about them. Drop a bomb on that. They be watching. They was watching you, Miss View. I'm telling you, you're not catching the tea, Miss View. You're not catching it. It's lemony. It's cinnamony. And it's gingerly. Okay? They was watching you, Miss View, watching you, watching me, watching your crayons, watching to see if you were going to come out of the lines and shit, Miss View. They wanted to see if you were going to go outside the line and color in that white area, color that whole surface. They've been watching you, Miss View. Careful, they might bend you over and start slapping you like this for being what you don't have. Everybody has the permission slips here tonight, because apparently I need permission slips to come see me. Bunch of grown-ass successful people need permission from the less talented, less educated, less accomplished. You know what? It's the Lord's Day today. It's the beginning of the week. It's 2026, and I said I wasn't going to do this. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? I want to wish you a good night. If you are in one of these snowy states, bundle up. If you are a gay who's out there getting your back cracked because it's Martin Luther King, okay, instead of celebrating the dream, you bent over, being cracked in Atlanta, okay? I would like you to remember to please use some sort of protection. Protection, please. All right? I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Peace.